Так, I want to make sure that you guys hear me well. Let me see. I want to make sure that you guys hear me well. I did it. Perfect, finally. So, okay. Today we're going to speak about astrocartography. So, what is it about? Astrocartography is a part of astrology that gives us information about location, what we can expect from the location we currently living in or the place you want to move to. There's multiple ways how you actually can review your location to see how the location is going to influence you. The most simple way to do it, it's actually through astrocartography. This is where I also started. And it does give you a lot of information, but not enough, very far from enough. I learned it, well, I cannot tell hard way, but my whole, like, for example, the story was with astrocartography, my personal story. I was looking, I had something I noticed. I get some video from a girl on YouTube, but she was the first one who I listened and learn about that there is a way to see in by astrology which location is going to be good for you, or like how location in general by astrology can influence your life. And I was my business, for example, I actually was speaking about this a little bit in my first of lives or first videos in the playlist of my story. And that when I started my business of web design, I started in a location of Las Cabos, Mexico, and it's like it was so impressive. It's just like I didn't need to do much. I just apply for a couple of jobs and that's it. And after that, people just start to pile up. So people start to look like finding themselves. People start to just refer me to their friends, and I never needed to even create my own website for very long years. And then I moved to another city, and it just was like cut off. Everything, every client, what I was finding, like I needed to fight for it. I needed to look for it. I need to work for it. And when I find out about astrocartography, about what location can actually influence your, let's say, luck, I like, okay, I need to try. And I start to look for the place. I didn't want to come back to a place where I was. I wanted to see how much the other places, like I needed to check it not by repeating myself, but by choosing another new place based on what I'm looking for, like in like changes in my life, right? And here we go. I was looking by astrocartography first, because this is the only thing I knew at that point. And now I'm going to show you today how to use it. And then when I moved to this place as a Costa Rica, that place of Costa Rica, Costa Rica for me was specifically a place to expand, like scale my online business. I wanted to check how much is going to be influence. It's Jupiter IS line. It means like expansion, but within the house. So it's basically, it could be family also, but it's also like a business, right? And basically, yes, it worked. But later, when I actually start to take a course of about relocation, I understood many other parts of that. There's also when you're looking for location, there's very important parts to it. Also, like you need to look into how your houses in your chart are moving, because based on where you live, your ascendant sign is changing. You start to because ascendant is basically about how you show up to the world, how people around you see you, right? And your ascendant is changing. You yourself start to perceive the world a little bit different. Plus, yes, the planets of your chart, the natal chart, don't change the signs, but they do change houses. So the influence, instead of, let's say, like in my case, I have Saturn and Uranus in the same, like they're very close. I believe I think they even conjunct each other in the originally in my natal chart in the seventh house. So it's relationships. And here they are in 12th house. But all of this, I'm just giving you a hands up what is coming in the next episode of this series. But it's very interesting. I'm gonna show you how to do it. Obviously, you don't know all of this information about planets. I'm also I'm just starting learning numerology, astrology. So I'm not perfect with it neither. So I started to use AI. And today I'm going to show you, because even with astrocartography, you can learn a lot more than astrocartography gives you, just by providing this information, what I'm going to show you, what you can get from this place. You can check exactly the same information you put into AI, and AI gonna give you more like version that you actually be able to apprehend, like a normal human being who is not actually an astrologist or anything like that. And you can even start to ask question to AI, like based on this information, what part of my life is gonna be influenced the most, or like stuff like that. So it's pretty interesting. So let's begin. Let me I'm still pretty new with all of the streaming thing, so I'm sorry about that. And let me do this. I'm gonna put myself smaller. I don't know how to do it. I don't know. Do you see? Okay. Now you see. And now let's go. So what you do? You need to go to astra.com, and you will need to look in the menu. Let me move you a little bit. Okay. You go to the menu and you look for Astra Click Travel. You will need to register. You need to create you need to put your information of, you can see it here. You see it, right? Yes, you do. So when you put this information, you will be able to see this type of map. And okay, now I'm going to, and I need for you to see, okay, we have Claude. So I have so many things here. I'm so new, guys, you see, and I'm not afraid to show you this mess right now. Hopefully at some time I will be able to get better. Oh, obviously I'm gonna get better. Anyway, So as you can see, there is a lot of like all of these planets what you have in your chart, and each of them they have DC, MC, IC, AS. So all of this means something. MC is more about career. IS is about home, if I am right. So I don't truly, I'm still learning this myself, but I don't need in reality to tell you much. Um, the most important and most interesting thing is to, like, let's say if you like all of the signs, right? This is the sun sign. When you see the sign of sun, it means that this is going to be the line where you will be more visible, you're going to be more attractive, you will be able to trust in yourself, in your abilities, your talents. This is where you can actually shine in this line. Moon, it's more about feelings, emotions. So that area could be either very emotional or either more like quiet and easygoing. Mercury, it's more about communication. So if you want to, let's say, write a book, so this is gonna be the best place for you to go. Venus is about, this is not Venus, this is Mars, right? No, Mars is, that is Mars, this red one. Mars is about energy, is kind of energy of action. So this is Mercury, then this is Venus. Yes, Venus is a planet of love, planet of money. So if you want any of this thing, that's the place to go. So it's also for beauty. I believe, but you don't need to take the whole word of mine. Just go and ask, let's say, at least ChatGPT or Claude. But if I would want to do something with my beauty, I probably would go for that line to make sure that everything is gonna go right. Jupiter, this is actually where I'm right now. Jupiter speaks about scale, to growth, right? There is a north node. This is basically our karmic place where we actually need to start our movement to our purpose. Like basically, we have two nodes in our chart: north node and south node. South node is all the everything that we already learned from other lives, all the lessons we already passed. This is an easy place to be because we're just using our knowledge or something we already like a comfort zone, let's say. And the north node is opposite, so it's the best place to actually start moving direction where you should be. I believe that we all came here with a purpose, so we need to make sure that we are doing in this like in this world what we came to do for, like this is our like a contract with the universe, let's call it this way. So obviously if you're gonna do things what you came here to do, most probably, not most more probably, I am a believer that you're gonna actually receive a compensation, like money, connections, so you can actually live a happier life. By numerology, this is exactly how it works. We have this, all of the numbers, they basically have negative and positive side, and positive side is different way to tell it. Every number is a lesson, and while you going through your lessons, you're doing your job and you get rewarded. In astrology is the same. So yeah, so north node is basically a place where you can actually start to show up to the world the way you should. And what else? Pluto, it's more about It could be illusion, but it also can be a vision. So it's a very tricky place to be. Chiron. Oh, Chiron, guys. I was living in the line of Chiron as unpleasant place to be. Actually, the worst place to be. I would never recommend to anyone to live there because Chiron is a healer, yes, but it heals through lesson. So basically, it repeats the same, it's the same lesson until you actually learn. From one side is amazing, from other side is tiring. If, like me, for example, I had a very bad experience. I don't learn easily, I guess. And here, Saturn is it's a responsibility place. Also, lessons is a teacher. Um, this is the Saturn, or this is the Saturn too. The only thing of is a Saturn, is a teacher, yes, but there's also a place where you can very generously reward it. You start to, when you get to the place of Saturn, when you start to go through those lessons, you also get rewarded very well. So some people, like for example, that girl I was listening to, about who speaks about the locations, she multiple times told that every time she goes to the Saturn line, yes, she needs to work a lot, but it's always gives a lot of gifts, rewards for doing job well. That's about Saturn. Uranus, how to pronounce it right. That one, because Uranus is a very unpredictable planet, I can imagine it's probably going to be very unpredictable, the place where it is. This one is Neptune. No, this Neptune, or let me see. Yes, this Pluto, this is Neptune. So Neptune, I don't really know about what to expect from Neptune lines. So I guess I just gonna, if you are curious, just let you. Okay, here you go. Neptune's energies are extremely subtle and not material. So it's more like spiritual places, I assume. So based on that, for example, in my case, because I wanted to expand my business to actually get a place where I can grow my business, I decided to find the closest Jupiter line. So I'm going to show you how I did it. I was living here in Monterey. As you can see, it's a Chiron line. This is why I was telling you, like I was feeling it. And you also can see that here specifically, you also see that is a Neptune there. It does have sun, but it's good. It also crosses Jupiter, but there's also Uranus, so it's unpredictable. But this Chiron line, it was hurting. So what I do in this case, okay, I'm gonna show you first how I did it. So I was living in here in this place, and then I decided to go to find the closest to me. I didn't want to leave Latin America. So I was looking like what I have here, and I decided to follow the Jupiter, and it bring me to Costa Rica. So I'm Costa Rica right now. And I'm actually right here. No, wait. Yes, Jaco. And you can see here that I have a lot of energies here. So what I was doing, so I was so curious about this. I just took a screenshot of this, and okay, and I went to Claude and just adding this screenshot, and let's tell, okay, this is screenshot from astro.com, astro click, AstroCartography. Please analyze for me. Please analyze this location through. I'm gonna be misspelling a lot of things, so I'm sorry, guys. It's not my original language. Information on their screenshot and give me an overview of what I can expect from this place if I will live there. How it will influence my money, career, relationships, etc. And he's gonna give all of this information. So he's gonna analyze the screenshot and gonna give you all this like very curious data of what you can expect. And so you see, this is one of the reasons why I was choosing this place, because I really wanted to advance my YouTube, and finally I get to this point. So it's gonna give you all this information what you can expect from this place, and it's really, 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 really interesting information. So you can just follow it. I'm gonna put this. I'm gonna improve the prompt. Well, I'm just gonna fix the misspelling. I'm gonna put it in the description of the of this video, and I'm gonna post it. And I will recommend you to play with it. It's really fun. You can click through any parts of the map. Whatever place you go, you just choose the place of the world where you're interested, what you're interested of, and you click on the place, and immediately you see it gives you all of this information. Just literally just screenshot this part, and it's gonna be good enough to see what to expect from that place. What else I can tell you here? You can also, everything I told you about the planets, lines of the planets, please, please, please ask Claude. I'm gonna also put together the prompt for you guys so you can use of how to ask your AI, whatever you use in ChatGPT or Claude, how you can use it to actually ask which kind of planet, which kind of line you're looking for, and which of them means what. Because I think one of the best way how to use it, you can actually, your chat probably knows you already good enough. so you can actually literally ask your chat GPT or Claude about like, well, you know me. Right now, I'm looking for a relationship, and I want to look at astrocartography. Can you please give me some advice on which lines I should use, like look at, right? Like which planets, how, like, so something like that, right? So your chat would tell you, like, the AI chat would tell you, like, okay, if you want to do, like, let's say you want relationships, so you would probably need to look more into Venus. So basically, let me put it back. So look at the Venus like lines, right? And probably gonna give you specific lines you would need to look for, and go from there. So I hope it was hopeful, helpful. I know I ramble a lot. Please don't hate me for that. Well, you can, whatever. That's your choice. I just really want to be helpful, and I'm actually very happy that I have this. I decided to make this challenge. It's good for me. I want to learn how to stop afraid cameras and actually start to speak like a person. Because, you know, while you worry about like you look and what to tell and how to say it, you're always gonna sound kind of strange, right? And you're gonna rumble a lot like I do right now. So yeah, for me, I need to start to learn how to make this happen, how to feel more comfortable with videos. And in the meantime, also sharing some information that possibly will influence your life, right, in a good way. So please, please, please leave some comments. Your thought, your hate, if you want. What you hate about me, I'm gonna be fine with that to read. I need to learn how to go through any type of comments and just accept that people are different and not everyone gonna love me, and that's fine. I don't need everyone. I just need my pack. Well, I love, my favorite animal is wolves because they are always stand up for each other, and yeah, I love that one. And so I'm looking for my pack. This is why I created this YouTube channel, and everything I'm doing here is for my pack, helping people to achieve the best in their lives. I ramble a little bit more. I I'm doing I'm going through such an interesting part of my life. I really want to share about this. And the reason why, mainly not about what, well, I'm gonna share what I felt this time, right? Not today. I just, right now, I just want to ramble about like what else you can expect from this place if you don't know me and you're still listening me. So I went through very complicated time of my life. I never been in the situation I'm currently in. And I'm literally learning from zero how to actually live the life and how to build the life I want. None none of my family members are actually well, my father did. I'm my father's daughter for sure. But the rest of them, they were just going through the life as the like social norm probably dictate. not trying to put the head up and just do whatever they really want to do with their life, you know? Like, it's not bad. Um, I've been there too for some time, but I'm a rebel by nature, so um, is that we like society dictates some kind of rules that we need to do stuff specific way, and I was trying to be also like following the rules. I'm not against the rules per se because I know rules also keep safe. Um, for example, law. I know that it can be used in negative way, like person who has more access to a better lawyer, like even the person did something wrong with a better lawyer, he will win. And but I'm not speaking about the situation, right? But generally speaking, I'm trying to explain that my position about law and law as a rule, type of rules, um, rules really do work well. Also can keep you safe in different type of ways, and can help you actually also in building a good life. But because in the end we still living within society, right? So it's a good thing to learn the rules of the society you live in. Um, but still, there must to be a balance. You cannot fully 100% only rely on the rules, because you still your own person, you still have your own mission, you came here for specific reasons, again, learn your own lessons. We're all different and we need different things, and we see life differently. Each of us is a creature of different kind of world. We each of us we have our own world. um, so imagine starting from the culture of the family itself. So you're born in a specific family, you've been educated in the rules of that specific family, you get some kind of view to the world, of like you, the way how you see the world functioning through the eyes of the parents. um, then you get specific education, so you start to interact with specific people, so your world again changes already from perspective based on the people, uh, based on the perspective of people you speak with, right? Going around. Then you get the job, and you also job or start your own business, or you start to, for example, you start to listen to some specific YouTube guys, uh, the influencers like Harmozy, for example, Alex Harmozy, and you start to see that you can do your own business based on what he is telling, and you start your own business, and your world again changes, right? You already perceive world in a different way. So we literally, each of us, we have our own world. Um, I see a lot of clashes. And this is probably one of the reasons why my relationship doesn't work. And I still learn how to, well, first, I still learn myself what kind of world I want to build for myself. Because the world is basically what it means is your mindset, the way how you see everything around you, how you perceive everything around you. Because we have, all of us, we have a lot of opportunities. All of us, we have 24 hours in a day, but you can see how different our lives are. And I'm not speaking about being born in a rich family. I'm speaking about even between, like, how many people was actually from being very poor, or maybe even parents alcoholics, grow up and become millionaire. Yeah, maybe it's not so many of them, but they still do it because they don't use it as an excuse. They build their own mindset somehow. Like even Tony Robbins, right? Well, his family wasn't so bad, but still, he was able to build himself because he chose to live his own life the way he wanted. And so you also can choose it. So it's all about mindset. Uh, yeah, it's gonna be difficult because when you again, for example, in my case, right? Um, I born in the family where people like my parents was working for someone, so they're not entrepreneurs. My father is, my mom not, my grandmas, grandpas, they are not. So my friends' parents the same. They was working for someone, so no entrepreneurship around me at all. And yet, um, well, my first person, like I was always feeling that I want more than just work for someone. And because I had my father as an example, I understand that I want to be an entrepreneur, but I never knew like how to even get there. How I can just work for myself and being an owner of my own time the way I want to, right? And possibly even do, well, yeah, and do something that I really love to do, right? Or at least interested in. And lucky for me, again, lucky is a very interesting way to say it, because if I would not be open to actually meet people outside of my box, at that point I didn't know English. Well, my English was pretty basic, like so basic. Um, I couldn't speak in English. Like, oh my god, communication was like on hands, like, this thing and stuff. And yet I was at the age, I was 23, and I decided that I want a family and I want to meet a person. And it happened to be that one of my friends, she was already chatting with a man from Mexico. And I was like, okay, maybe I should try to go online and start to um, date. Like, instead of just looking for a person in my country, like first my street, then my city, but go more than just city, go country, or maybe even just the whole world. So I was like, okay, let's try, why not? And I met a person also from Mexico. That was interesting. Thanks to my friend. And I was open up to the world. I met this person, and he was the one who teach me like basics of entrepreneurship. So when you start to first believe that you can do more and better than you currently are, you start to open up to the world. And in this moment, the world start to give you people, and it's going to be your choice. Again, when you start to speak with people, it's very important to actually understand, like, you still need to filter them, right? For example, if my ex-boyfriend wasn't smart, wasn't like, if some values of our values, well, we basically break up because of the values, but the main values at the point when I met him was the same. um, so you still need to filter people you meet based on your values. That's very important. But you need to still be open to the world. So yes, you filter people, but do not just like put the walls around you. Because any person, just a sentence from someone actually can change your mind. You will not believe how much it happened to me. Just a word, and you're like, wow, that's like, I never even thought this way. Because again, coming back to every of us, we have, each of us, we have our own universe we live in. We all have our own perception of the world. So every time you meet a person and being open to what this person is trying to translate you, you able to see through his eyes the new world, something you never seen before. It's like, imagine, let's say, if I would put right now in between us a Coca-Cola bottle, and from my side, let's say, I'm gonna have this ingredients side of the label of Coca-Cola, and from your side, you're gonna see literally the other part of the label where it's actually written Coca-Cola, like without sugar, for example. And I'm gonna start to explain you that no, like here I see the ingredients of like label with ingredients, and you're gonna tell me like no, there is a Coca-Cola without sugar. And both of us, we're gonna be right because we have different perception of the same thing. It works exactly the same when you speak with people. It's just impressive how much you can see things that you didn't even think before, like seriously. So being open-minded, continue, always learn, read all of like self-grow books. It's also an amazing thing to read about habits. There's so many of them, oh my god. Like I'm gonna try to also share my favorite. Actually, first thing what I would recommend you to read is Joe Dispenza, Breaking a Habit of Being Yourself. Start from this book, Joe Dispenza. It's amazing. This book is so advanced for anyone. It's actually, for me it takes time to read because I read like a page or two, and then I need to process everything that I read just right now. He explained how very good he in this specific book, because he has another book, specific book about our brain, how the brain works. In this book is kind of something, he gives a little information, like enough for you to understand how to switch your mentality, but not going too deep in it. So when you start to read this book and understand how our brain works, it also speaks about the quantum physics, or everything that you are right now hearing about manifestation, how to manifest, quantum physics. All of this is also in this book. The most, like, it's not like super advanced, but enough for you to understand, like for normal human being who is walking the street. And from there you will have enormous shift in your mind, just starting from this book, Breaking a Habit of Being Yourself. I'm gonna also add the link on Amazon for you to read it through. And yeah, just start there. Guys, mindset is the biggest thing in what you have. So I'm gonna stop here rambling. I enjoy your day, and see you tomorrow.